Okay, hello Christian. This is at your actual turntable. So you're gonna need a screwdriver. I've previously hooked it up, and this is the cables, and these are the cables, and this is the ground cable. They're in great shape. I'm gonna show you how to calibrate the brake. You're gonna need a screwdriver. It's really easy. But you have to take the platter off, grab it with your fingers, insert your fingers on these two holes, and pull it out. Sometimes you have to try it like 2 or 3 times. For example, like 1, 2, 3, and then it comes out. That's it. Just set it aside. Be careful. And when you whenever you're gonna take the dust cover off the turntable, be careful so that you don't scratch the plinth with the male hinges. You know. Okay. You have to remove these screws, which I previously did that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're gonna need a screwdriver like this, and remove that and set it aside. Some turntables, they have a hole right here at the brake. That's the brake. Let me show you the brake. See, this is the brake. This is the brake. Okay, so you have to put the platter on. Just put the platter back on really slowly. There's a magnet in there, so you have to be careful. And we're gonna calibrate it through that hole. See? Okay, now first of all, turn it on and make sure where you at on both speeds. Okay, we're 33 now. I'm sorry. Okay, needs a little bit more, so to calibrate it really nicely. 45. 45 is not that bad. Yeah. Okay, 45. Okay, both need a little bit of calibration. Okay. So we're gonna do it through this hole. So insert this little screwdriver into that hole. Be really gentle, and we're gonna start the calibration. Move it towards the left, and start to feel. Turn it on and start to check the if it's going to stop accurately or not. So give it a little bit more, etc., etc. Okay, that's way too long on both speeds. Okay, that's way too long. So now I'm going to move it towards the right and start to get that little point of calibration. Gonna give it a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay. Okay, now it's fine. Let's check the 45. Good. Both are perfect. If I put a big rubber mat on top of it, this is what's gonna happen. I have a big rubber mat, but it's a really it's an old one, and it's not a Technics original one. I'm gonna put a slip mat on top of the platter because I don't want that big rubber mat to stain the platter or something like that, because this is a really old one and it's really sticky. I don't use this one. It's really sticky. It's not in good shape. So it's already calibrated, as you can see, and this is what's going to happen right now. See that? It's not going to stop accurately because of the weight. See? So you're going to have to calibrate it again. if you're going to use a big rubber mat. You know, if you're going to listen to records, if you don't mind the turntable to stop, to take a little bit of time, you know, breaking, that's fine. If you really wanted to calibrate it and to make sure that your turntable stops really accurate, you're going to have to do the same process all over and all over and all over again, you know, until you hit that calibration point, which is not easy. You know, the only problem is that there's no hole in here, you know, to make it through the rubber mat. You know what I'm talking about? So you have to take the rubber mat off and and do it all over again until it stops accurately with the rubber mat on top. Okay. Now, since we calibrated that, it has to be fine. See, that's fine. So I'm going to send it to you like this, which is calibrated fine. So you don't have to worry about that. But if you're going to put the rubber mat, and if you don't mind your turntable taking a little bit of time breaking, you know, so that's fine. If you really want to make it to stopped accurately, just do the whole process again and again and again until you reach that calibration point. And this doesn't mean that your turntable is functioning bad or is in bad conditions or it's not going to last. These turntables are super quality. It's really hard to damage these turntables unless you spill something inside the engine or inside the motor, or you break the toner or things of that nature, you know. So I'm gonna send it just like it is. It's already pre-calibrated. It's good. It starts and stops really accurately. Really accurate. And turn it off. Take the platter off. Be gentle. Put the plastic cover back on. And I'll show you how to calibrate the toner right now. Just give me 1 second. These screws, they have to go all the way down. So make sure you screw them up really good all the way down. Because if you don't do that, they're going to interfere with the platter rotation. Okay. Now that's the toner, man. We got a weight. This is an extra weight. The turntable comes with this extra weight. This is a toner weight. So that's for audiophiles. That's for some audiophiles or listeners like you that might need extra weight for deeper precision, you know. And I'll explain that to you in a second. This is the Stanton cartridge that I'm going to send you. It's a classic one, really good. 680. It's a 680. Yeah, it's a 680 EL. It's in really good conditions. I'm gonna do the calibration with this Stanton. Mount the cartridge. We're gonna mount the cartridge. We're gonna Make sure the anti-skating here is on 0. So at 0 point, because you can move this. So 0 point, make sure move your tone arm towards the platter, towards the center of the platter, which is right here, and we're gonna make it float. It's really easy. Let me see how can I set this. Okay, I think that's a perfect view right there. Okay, so you grabbed. What you got to do is grab the back of the toner until it floats. You have to find a floating point. You have to add more weight or less weight until the arm floats. See? And you do that moving the weight. This is how you do it. You can move the weight here until you find that floating point. Okay? We have an extra weight here, so it's going to be probably a little bit more difficult to do it because of that extra weight. Okay? So that's what you do. Let me do it again from this angle right here. All right. So you moved your tone arm towards the center of the platter, and then with the weight, we're going to start to find that floating point. Okay, there we go. It's floating right now. See that? Floats nicely. The anti-skating works really nice. Comes back when you move the anti-skating. So that means that's perfect. That's a perfect tone arm. There's no wobbly, there's no plate, nothing like that on the tone arm. See? The bearings are in great shape. It's really good. So you lock it. You have to lock it. You have to lock it, and we're gonna move this piece here. Don't move the back of the weight. Just move the front of the weight towards the 0 point. Okay? And we can add weight right there. And since we have this big extra weight here, at this point it should be fine. Adding just let's say 0.5 grams or 1 gram. That's all we're going to be allowed to, and it should be fine. If we would have an extra weight here on top of the cartridge. Okay, so I'm going to explain how it works, the whole thing, how it works. So for this toner to work precisely, we need another extra weight here on top of the cartridge. We have to mount another weight in here on top of the cartridge so we can adjust the weight in an accurate manner. So we don't need that here now. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to remove this. This is what you have to do. I'm going to remove it. Okay, and I'm going to do the whole process again. Okay, there we go. Same thing. Unlock it, move that towards the center. Make sure your anti-skating is at 0 point, and let's make it float. Move the weight back and forward until it floats just like that. See that? And make sure the anti-skating works pretty good. See, the turntable is really responsive. It goes back when you move it toward the 0 point. Okay, let's lock it right now. And this cartridge and needle usually takes around 3 grams of weight. Okay, so don't move the back of the weight, which is the back. Let's find the 0. Be gentle. Okay, now we're going to put 3 grams or 2 grams. Let's see. 2 grams. I think 2 grams is good. I'm going to put a little bit more. 2.5. Yes, 2.5. That's enough because this turntable is, the toner is in great shape. It's really well calibrated. So that's all we're gonna need. 2.5. Okay. All right. So put the platter back on, which is right here. Make sure you set it aside and on top of something, plastic or be gentle because there's a magnet here that can break. This is the magnet. Okay, there we go. Turn it on. Just put a slit mat on and a vinyl. Okay, so this is your actual turntable, and I'm gonna test it out. This is the pop-up light, works fine. Let's see how we do. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna use the lever just to show you how well damped it is. It's really well damped. See how it goes down really slowly. Really nice. We got some signal here now. There we go. Remember the turntables are phono, so you have to give it a little bit more to your amp or to your mixer. Let me use the other side of the vinyl because this side is not good. It's really scratched up, so it doesn't sound good. I think this side's much better. Sounds really good. That Stanton cartridge is really good. me try another vinyl. You can tell how that cartridge picks up everything. There's a lot of scratches on the vinyl, so it's picking up everything. All that crisp sound. That's like a bubbly sound. That's because there's a lot of scratches on the vinyl. So that stand cartridge is really good. So it's picking up everything. Let me try another vinyl so you can really see the sound that comes out of that cartridge. Okay, this is totally different music, but it's good for checking the sound out. I know this is a really long video, but I think this is necessary. So I want you to be comfortable and make sure that everything is fully functional. This turntable sounds beautiful. I have just a regular setup with regular speakers, and the turntable sounds great.
Traveling inside situations I could die. Leaving old places only to see different faces. Touching her lips, that's the time we could slip into a new age. My baby will arrange. Traveling inside situations I could die. Leaving old places only to see different faces. Touching her lips, that's the time we.
It's good. Perfect.
We could slip into a new age. My baby will arrange. How did you get inside? And I know that it's alright. I was lost in my soul. I sing upon somebody's door. Keeping up experiences. I don't know if I can stand this. I've been crying for the moon. And the answer's gonna.
Sounds great. I think you've seen that everything is working really good. Uh, I'm gonna. This is the weight. I'm gonna send you the weight unless. I'm sorry. So if you want to do any further adjustments to your cartridge, put more weight on it, etc., etc., this is the weight, and it sounds great. The turntable's in great conditions, and like I mentioned to you, whatever happens, just let me know. I mean, and turntable's beautiful, as you can see on the pictures. Make sure you check all the pictures. I have more pictures on my Facebook page. It's called Techniques Melancholic. So make sure you check all the pictures, and it's in beautiful shape. But whatever happens, let me know. I'll pack it up really good, and then I will ship it out probably tomorrow or Tuesday. But if you don't see a tracking number, don't worry about that. You're gonna get it on time under the estimated time by eBay. So don't worry about that. Okay. Let me show you the serial number so you make sure this is your turntable. This is the one that you're interested in. Just bear with me for 1 second. Okay. Let me show you the serial number, which is right here. There we go. Come on, autofocus. There we go. Okay, so if you have more questions or any more concerns or things like that, just call me. Feel free to call me. And I know it's a long video, but it's necessary. And I hope we can go do business. So have a wonderful day. I'm going to upload the video right now. Take care.